All types of tea explained in easy way. Green tea. Green tea is one of the oldest and most widely consumed teas in the world, with a history stretching back thousands of years in China and Japan. It is made from the leaves of the Camellia sinensis plant, the same plant that produces all true teas, but unlike black or oolong tea, green tea leaves are not allowed to oxidize after harvesting. Instead, they are quickly heated through steaming or pan firing immediately after picking, which preserves their natural green color, fresh grassy flavor, and high concentration of antioxidants. The flavor of green tea ranges from light and delicate to rich and vegetable depending on the variety and brewing method. It is deeply embedded in the tea cultures of China, Japan, Korea, and many other countries across Asia. Black tea. Black tea is the most widely consumed type of tea globally and forms the base of many of the world's most popular tea traditions. It is made from fully oxidized Camellia sinensis leaves, a process that turns the leaves dark brown to black and develops a robust, bold, and malty flavor with a natural reddish-brown color when brewed. The oxidation process also increases the caffeine content, making black tea the strongest of all traditional teas. Famous varieties include Assam from India, Darjeeling from the foothills of the Himalayas, Ceylon from Sri Lanka, and Earl Grey, which is black tea flavored with bergamot oil. Black tea is commonly served with milk and sugar in British and South Asian tea culture. Oolong tea. Oolong tea occupies the fascinating middle ground between green tea and black tea as it is partially oxidized to varying degrees depending on the style being produced. The level of oxidation can range from as little as 15% to as much as 85%, resulting in a remarkably wide spectrum of flavors that can be light, floral, and grassy at the lower end, or dark, roasted, and honey-like at the higher end. Oolong originated in the Fujian province of China and is also closely associated with the high mountain tea gardens of Taiwan. The leaves are typically large and whole, often with a twisted or ball-rolled shape, and they unfurl beautifully during multiple steepings, releasing new layers of flavor with each brew. White tea. White tea is the least processed of all true teas and is made exclusively from the youngest and tenderest parts of the tea plant, the unopened buds and newest leaves, which are covered in fine silvery white hairs that give the tea its name. After harvesting, the leaves are simply withered and dried with minimal intervention, preserving a delicate, naturally sweet, and subtly complex flavor that is lighter and more nuanced than any other tea type. White tea originated in the Fujian province of China and was historically reserved for imperial tribute. The brew produces a very pale golden or almost clear liquor with a gentle sweetness and soft floral notes. Because of its minimal processing, white tea retains exceptionally high levels of antioxidants. Matcha. Matcha is a finely ground powder made from specially grown and processed green tea leaves, and it has become one of the most recognizable and globally popular tea products in the world. The tea plants used for matcha are shade-grown for several weeks before harvest, which increases their chlorophyll content, deepens the green color of the leaves, and enhances the production of amino acids that give matcha its characteristic umami-rich, creamy, and slightly sweet flavor. The harvested leaves are steamed, dried, and then slowly stone-ground into an ultra-fine, bright green powder. Unlike other teas where leaves are steeped and removed, matcha powder is whisked directly into hot water using a bamboo whisk, meaning the entire leaf is consumed with every sip. Chamomile tea. Chamomile tea is one of the most beloved herbal teas in the world and has been used for centuries as a natural remedy for relaxation, sleep, and digestive comfort. It is not made from the Camellia sinensis plant at all, but rather from the dried flower heads of the chamomile plant, which belong to the daisy family. The small white and yellow flowers are harvested and dried, then steeped in hot water to release a warm golden yellow infusion with a mild, naturally sweet flavor reminiscent of apples and honey. Chamomile tea contains no caffeine, making it a popular choice as an evening drink before sleep. It is widely used in traditional medicine across Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia for its gentle calming properties. Earl Grey. Earl Grey is one of the most iconic and instantly recognizable flavored teas in the world. It is a blend of black tea, most commonly a Chinese or Indian base, infused with the distinctive fragrant oil extracted from the rind of the bergamot orange, a citrus fruit grown primarily in the Calabria region of southern Italy. The bergamot oil gives Earl Grey its unmistakable floral, citrusy aroma and slightly perfumed flavor that sets it apart from plain black tea. The origin of the blend is traditionally attributed to Charles Grey, the second Earl Grey and British Prime Minister in the 1830s, though the exact history remains the subject of debate. Earl Grey is enjoyed both with and without milk and is one of the most widely sold tea blends globally. Peppermint tea. Peppermint tea is a refreshing and intensely aromatic herbal tea made from the dried or fresh leaves of the peppermint plant, a natural hybrid of watermint and spearmint. When steeped in hot water, the leaves release a powerful cooling sensation from their high menthol content, producing a bright, clean, and invigorating flavor that is simultaneously warming and cooling on the palate. Like chamomile, peppermint tea contains no caffeine and is enjoyed at all hours of the day. It has a long history of use as a digestive aid and is commonly consumed after meals across Europe and the Middle East. Peppermint tea produces a light golden green infusion with a fresh, clean aroma that fills the room immediately upon brewing. Pu-erh tea. Pu-erh tea is a unique and ancient category of tea from the Yunnan province of China that undergoes a microbial fermentation and aging process unlike any other tea in the world. After the initial processing of the leaves, Pu-erh is either aged naturally over many years or accelerated through a wet piling fermentation process that introduces specific microorganisms to speed up the development of its deep, earthy, and complex flavors. The result is a tea with a dark, smooth, and rich character, with notes of earth, wood, mushroom, and leather that become more refined and nuanced with age. High-quality aged Pu-erh cakes can be stored for decades and are traded as collectible items, with some rare vintages commanding extremely high prices among tea connoisseurs worldwide. Jasmine tea. Jasmine tea is a beautifully fragrant tea made by scenting tea leaves, most commonly green tea, though sometimes white or oolong, with fresh jasmine flowers. The traditional production method involves layering the tea leaves with freshly picked jasmine flowers overnight, allowing the tea to absorb the natural fragrance of the flowers through a process of repeated scenting over several days. The jasmine flowers are then removed, and the tea retains only their delicate, sweet, and floral aroma without any of the petals. Jasmine tea has been produced in China for over 1,000 years and remains one of the most popular flavored teas both within China and internationally. It produces a light, golden green infusion with an unmistakable soft and romantic floral fragrance. Rooibos tea. Rooibos tea, also known as red bush tea, is a naturally caffeine-free herbal tea that comes exclusively from the needle-like leaves of the Aspalathus linnaeus shrub, a plant that grows only in the Cederberg mountain region of the Western Cape in South Africa. The harvested leaves are bruised, oxidized, and dried, turning them from green to a deep reddish-brown color and developing the tea's characteristic sweet, earthy, and slightly nutty flavor with a smooth, full-bodied character and no bitterness or astringency. Rooibos tea contains no caffeine and is rich in antioxidants, making it a popular health-conscious alternative to black tea. It is enjoyed plain or with milk and sugar in South Africa and has gained a strong international following over recent decades. Chai tea. Chai tea, known in India simply as chai, which means tea, is a spiced milk tea that is a central part of daily life across the Indian subcontinent. It is made by brewing strong black tea together with a warming blend of whole spices that typically include cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, and black pepper, all simmered together with milk and sweetened generously with sugar. The result is a rich, creamy, deeply aromatic drink with a complex layering of sweet, spicy, and milky flavors that is unlike any other tea in the world. Chai is traditionally prepared by boiling everything together in a small pot and then straining it into small glasses or cups. It is sold by chaiwalas, street vendors who specialize in making and selling tea at virtually every street corner and railway station across India. If you liked this video and your knowledge has increased even by 1%, please subscribe to my channel, like it, and be sure to give it thumbs up. Thank you.